Hey y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. It's been a while since we've been back together. It's probably been a good year and a half or so since I posted my last video. It's cold, it's snowing. So today I thought I would make some chili cheese cornbread to go with a pot of venison chili that I've got on the stove. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put together 1.5 cups. I use self-rising cornmeal and flour. So 1.5 cups, if I can get it out of here. I'll just use this one. Self-rising cornmeal. Now I am using white cornmeal today. I do have yellow as well, but I sometimes like to, oops, wrong one. Like to use white. And we're going to use 1/2 cup of self-rising flour. And we're going to combine that. Well, I'm splattering flour everywhere. All right, to this, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of butter that's been melted. And then 2 large eggs. I didn't need that after all. And then, well, get that kind of starting going. I posted this recipe, I think it was in 2019, on my kitchen page on Facebook. And it went over pretty well, and I've made it quite a bit since then. Okay, now we're going to have a can of, or I can't see, 14.75 ounces of cream-style corn. Just going to add that right to the bowl here. And my can of corn expired in September of last year, but I'm not throwing it away. It's still just as good as the day I bought it. And then we've got a can of 4 ounces of diced green chilies. And if you can find hatch chilies, I have used those in this recipe as well, and it's really good too. Alright, so we're going to keep stirring that. It's dry right now. We've got to add the milk in. The recipe calls for 1/3 cup of milk. And I just kind of eyeball it, because if it's a really humid day, it might take a little bit more. So I just kind of eyeball in a 1/3 cup to start. And then we're just going to keep mixing it up here. And I've got a 10-inch iron skillet in the oven right now that is heavily greased with bacon grease. If y'all don't save your bacon grease, please do. It is wonderful to cook with, bake with, fry your potatoes in it. Oh, there is nothing better than fried potatoes in bacon grease. Alright, so we're going to get that stirred up. I make mine a little on the thin side. We don't like crumbly cornbread, so I tend to go a little bit thinner, and that actually needs to be a little thinner. So I'm going to add just a splash more milk here, because we still got to add cheese. Alright, that looks about the right consistency for what I'm looking for. And then you're going to grate in a cup of cheese. Now, I'm using cheddar because it was open. You can use sharp cheddar, medium. You could use a, oh gosh, what is it? Cheddar jack cheese, pepper jack cheese, whatever it's called. And give it a little bit more spice if you want. And grate your own cheese. It melts so much better than the packaged shredded cheese. Just grate it. And I'd say we got about a cup in there. I like cheese, y'all know that. Alright, now we're going to stir that in. And then we might need to add a hair more milk. Nah, I don't think so. I think that'll do just fine. You know, Nanny Rackley, I think I called her Nanny Polly on my page. When she made cornbread, she used her hands. I have tried that. That's not for me. Give me a spoon or a spatula. Now, I got the oven preheating to 425. And I'm gonna pull out my skillet and all that's melted. And Tom, if you want to come over here, and we're gonna pour this down. You can hear it sizzling. You probably can't, but it is. We're gonna dump this right down in here. Get out of there. I'm gonna sit that down. And just gonna kind of try and level it so it's even in the skillet. I'm gonna pop this in the oven, and it's gonna bake for 25 to 28 minutes, and we'll bring y'all back when this is done. Okay, so cornbread's been in the oven. Mine's been in actually for just a little over 30 minutes. I'm not sure why it was taking a little bit longer, but I ended up using my cake tester just to make sure it was done. So now we're going to flip it out. That looks good. That'll go really well with our chili here in a few. Alright, so let me slice into it so you get an idea of what it looks like here. I grew up with cornbread on the table for, oh gosh, pretty much every meal. If it wasn't cornbread, it was hot buttered biscuits. There we go. As you can see, you got the, really tasty. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of butter on this one. Gotta put butter on cornbread. And then I'm gonna get some chili, and we're gonna eat. I know Dawn's probably hungry, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
All right. So this is how I make green chili cheese cornbread. And I'm not gonna pick that up because it's hot. But I'll get in here and get a taste with a fork. That's really good. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the recipe.